I always felt like lying is such a waste of time, and I didn't know why. For the longest time, I felt this way since I was a kid and would go as far as, hey, do you mind? So rude. Jeff wants to say hi. Say hi. Okay. He agrees, lying's a waste of time. As a kid, I always felt this way, and I wouldn't lie, and people thought I was like, oh, goody two-shoes, trying to be so good, but it really didn't have anything to do with that. It was more about how I just thought it was a waste of time because I thought it would be obvious to everyone. Wouldn't it be obvious? Obviously, they would know I was lying because I knew when other people were lying all the time, every time. It was like a big issue with me and my sister. My little sister, she would always try to lie, and she'd get so mad, and I'd be like, you're lying. But I thought everyone could do this, so I was just like, what? Lying is a waste of time. Why would you lie? Because at some point, someone's going to find out if they don't know right away. Flash forward, finding out I'm neurodivergent and that people with ADHD can be quite literal, and so lying feels useless, and we tend to take things at face value, and when we say things we mean it literally. And again, that seeming inability to lie, or it's not an inability, like there's capability there, it's just lack of desire to lie. Anyway, that kind of made sense, and I was like, okay, yeah, I guess, yeah, that tracks. That's whole life, whole time, that's been me. But as I've been looking into it more, there's still felt like something was missing. Now cut to the Pentagon saying, oh yeah, those UFOs, they're real, aliens. I always thought that was an interesting topic in general, but then when the Pentagon said that, I was like, hold on, they're real. Which led me down a fun little rabbit hole of researching this and researching like, well, what else is real that they didn't tell us that they're gonna maybe tell us someday? Turns out telepathy is a big one. Oh, and plants are conscious, and there might be other things that are conscious too. That's a fun one. I've been talking a lot about that. Look that up. There's a lot of studies being done. Someone actually did, I'm blanking on the name of the scientist, but they did like Pavlov's study that he did with dogs, replicate it with plants. It worked. Please go find that. Anyway, back to the lying. So yeah, I went down this rabbit hole of like remote viewing and telepathy. The CIA has been working with remote viewers and psychics for a very long time. Police departments work with psychics often. This is a thing. This is an actual legitimate thing that we tried, like as a society, as a group, we try to delegitimize it, and science tries to delegitimize it. Why? You know, power control is same old stuff. But there is someone named Dean Radin, and he's a researcher, and he's been looking into this, and his study is not focused on proving if telepathy is real or not, because that's already been proven. But he's looking at the general population's ability. And guess what? The average person has some level of ability with this. So what does that have to do with lying? Think about it for a second. I've had this experience many times, okay? Many times. Not just when I was little and be like, you're lying to my sister, but so many times. I never would have thought of it as being telepathy or like mind reading, because I think the way it gets portrayed in media is like, oh, you would hear someone else's voice in your own head. It's not like that. What it does seemingly have to do with is emotion and empathy. When you greatly empathize with another person, and the more you do that, the more intense this is, you feel their emotion at the same time. I don't know how it all works, but there's something about that seems to like unlock the thought process with the emotion. Anytime I've had this experience where someone was like, whoa, like, how did you know that about me? Or, ooh, and they think were you talking to so-and-so? I'm like, I wasn't talking to anyone. I was just really in tune with them in that moment, and like was really feeling what they were feeling. And then all of a sudden I was like, oh, this is why you feel this way. That's all connected, and this is what Dean Radin, this is his research on this, seems to be pointing to. What does that mean? We're not alone in our heads. We're not alone in our heads. Ever. We never have been, really, truly. And does that mean we can all read each other's minds? No, I don't think it's like that. I don't think it's the way like media portrays it at all. But do we have an ability to really tune into each other's emotions and have a deep understanding and cognition of what that person's going through in that moment, to the point where we are having the same thoughts that they might be having? Yeah, that seems to be the case. So lying in this situation now, waste of time. Waste of time. Because if someone tunes into you while you're trying to lie, and they have that ability to really make space and be like, feeling what you're feeling, having that intense empathy, guess what? They can feel that something's off. They can feel that something about neurodivergence maybe like heightens that a little bit, but I don't think it's a special thing. I really think we all do this to some extent. Some of us maybe just do a little bit better than others, but it's a thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts. Probably. It's okay. accept it. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm onto something. But look it up, please. Anytime I say stuff on here, do your own research. Don't take my word for it, because, you know, as always, I'm always interpreting things through my own lenses, and the way it resonates with me is the way I'm going to present it, but it might resonate with you differently when you do the research, and you might get a different take that I missed or whatever. Do your own research, but yeah, let's talk about it. This is my theory for myself personally, why I think it's a waste of time to lie, because at some point, someone's going to know you're lying. I also dream of a society where no one can lie because we all know that we're in each other's heads. That sounds nice. Does that sound nice to anyone else? That sounds nice to me. I really hate lying. Don't lie to me. I'm gonna know.